Hello, I'm Francis Fox, and I'm a trained remote viewer, and I've been trained in all the psychic skills that all human beings have. Problem is that modern science thinks we just have a physical body, maybe an electrical system. But we have several energy bodies, and in those energy bodies, we have superpowers and skills and all sorts of things. So I've been trained in them since I was a child. Somebody on X said, "Oh, so and so says that maybe the sun has consciousness." We've known that for centuries. Okay? You might not have known it for centuries or since you were born because you're in a school system and in a situation where the other dimensional stuff has not been respected and honored and not taught, maybe purposefully, because that's where power is. But we're here today not to be critical of the existing paradigm, which is in a state of collapse, but to help you to remain standing in peace and prosperity in the middle of that collapse, in the middle of the chaos. So let me say hello to everybody. And even though we have most of our comments in Spanish, we do welcome comments in English if you have them. We're going to do the mantras. So go ahead and have both of your feet on the ground, your hands. Let's emphasize the heart chakra because that is where you're going to get the most comfort the quickest. And that is the energy center that we have that's at this point in time the most important. So make sure that you're breathing from here, and you can do this hand position and then put the hands any place you want, but try not to cross the arms or the legs. Check and see how you feel from 1 to 10. But first, I have to tell you something. Saturday night, we had one of these chats unexpectedly because it was crazy. Today, there's an eclipse. Today's the 25th of March, 2012. 2024. And there's an eclipse. On Saturday, the energy was so crazy that I opened up a chat, Peace and Prosperity chat. And what I found, and the other people that were here helped me to take care of it, was that planet Earth was under a galactic attack. This is not new, but I think we can say that we are at war, or war has been declared on us. And because most of us are still struggling, do ETs exist? How can they don't exist? Then they can't go to war against us. Well, they exist. They have forever. It's even in the Bible. You don't like the references. You attribute it to, oh, gee, I don't know, or I don't know. And you're a little bit behind. How are you going to defend yourself if you don't even believe something that has been known about since the beginning of time? So get with the program. Saturday night, in the middle of the chat, what I could see was that there was like a missile headed towards planet Earth. So I got out of my comfort zone. Not supposed to do this in English. I'm supposed to be a good little girl and work at a slower pace than in Spanish. But I said, no, I'm not going to do that because there is no time. So I said, this is what I see. So just let's play. In the other dimensions, you create change in reality through visualization. You don't stand up and hit something or poke something or pay money for something. It's in the mind. So I said, this is what I see. So you make yourself little or make yourself big. We need to go and deflect that's headed towards planet Earth Saturday night. And it was really easy to deflect it. Now, when I first started to teach a large group, which we now call them mantristas because they do mantras, it's the main tool for recreating reality and for creating reality. I wasn't aware that in Hinduism and in everything that has to do with Buddhism, they have classifications of psychic superpowers. They're called siddhis, I think, Siddhi. And they have one where you make yourself tiny. We've been doing that in our group forever. You make yourself tiny. In your head, you're tiny. You want to work on your liver, you make yourself tiny, but it's just like a thought. You don't have to work to make yourself tiny. You just got to get into my liver. Well, full size not going to work. You automatically become tiny and you go in. So we were able to deflect that. And I said, and I'll say it again, when people say something big is going to happen, something big is already happening. We are under attack. And people's belief systems in this part of the world, certainly in the United States, has left us very ungrounded. How can we be under attack? We don't even believe that exists. Okay, guess what? You didn't listen to your instincts. When you looked at the Bible and that whole burning bush thing, you actually thought it was a burning bush. You didn't see the symbolism, but you'll see the symbolism and everything else. So you've been resisting. Stop resisting. Let's go back to what we're here for, which is peace and prosperity in the midst of chaos, because the chaos is going to start. And I believe that that's why the government is telling people the eclipse, get ready, 3 days of food, 3 days. Eclipses do not ever throughout history cause for people to get to. An eclipse is a forewarning. It is not the eclipse that's the problem. The eclipse is trying to tell us that we got troubles. And the government is not letting us know what those troubles are, so they're using the eclipse as an excuse. But that's incorrect. It's incorrect. We need to get the information correct, because that's the only way you can make good decisions. The Buddha said that the basis for human anguish was ignorance. Ignorance is a lack of information. So going back to, go ahead and self-assess yourself from 1 to 10. How do you feel? And then at the end, you should self-assess yourself again. And then here we go with the famous gold dress, which can tell you where your vibration is. It was constructed and is gold and white. If you see it another color, then your vibration is low. And I'll show it a couple of times throughout. So we're going to go ahead and start with the mantra that we need to start with, because everybody is massively depressed. I am going to put a post in a couple of days that says, our enemies off planet know how to grab emotions and thoughts, put them in, I don't know what kind of a container, create a virus, which means it'll spread, and has thrown it on planet Earth several times. It's a suicide virus, and I've talked about it for several years. And whenever I see that they throw that, I tell people, be ready, because it may hit you, it may hit your kid, it may hit whoever. And the mantra is, even though I'm depressed and want to die, I love and accept myself. Really quick. You're taking out of yourself through the mantra, the wanting to die. Therefore, no law of attraction is going to have that virus come and hit you. The same way, if you don't have a broken heart, you are not going to get anything related to the heart that's bad. You have to have an entry in the other dimensions. So let's take care of that right now with our vacuum cleaner mantra, which is a purification mantra, which is, even though I'm depressed and want to die, I love and accept myself. And I'm going to put the music that has to do with the solar plexus, which is called the garbage can of emotions. So you can go ahead and start. Here's the music, and I will put it. Okay, here we go. what I sketched, these lines are the eclipse moving things. So it's not bad, but it is shaky, and that's why people are feeling the dizziness, the ringing in the ears, etc. We asked the dolphins, my spirit guides, they were considered gods by the Greeks, remember, about this ascension process that we're in, that we seem to be documenting here in these chats. And this is what they said. I asked them, what should we know and do? And they said, let go of expectations. You're protected because of your sheer intensity and desire to help the planet, which is what we're doing here. The peace is not just for us, it's for the planet. The planet will divide during a night peacefully, with no fuss, for those who have the vibration of love for others. Okay. Takes a lot of guts for me to say that here, because you can throw that in my face if nothing happens relatively soon. But information is power. Holding it back is not going to help anybody. Okay, we're going now to the intention mantra. Please, God, help me with my intention to create a miraculous peace and miraculous prosperity, using the word miraculous twice to make sure that whoever is helping us out is listening. And we're going to use the trilling music, which is the sound of birds chirping. That is the frequency of the mind strings, which I will very quickly put up. See that body? That is your spirit astral body. And those green strings are mind streams, and they are talked about in the original Lord's Prayer. So we're going to do 20 minutes. My breathing changed. And you don't have to hold your hands in the air. You can put them on top of your thighs. Just try not to cross your arms so your electrical systems don't get crossed over. And we're going to do 20 minutes. And thank you for joining us. Okay, we're stopping first. This is what I drew when we started this. Those are drooping mind streams, depression. Now, your mind streams are better and they're green, which is the color they're supposed to be. But that depression is due to sheer exhaustion. And today on X, several people said, I'm hanging on by my fingertips. I'm so tired. I can't do this anymore. It's not just depression, it's exhaustion. So we're going to change the mantra because we are going to be appropriate for the situation and we're going to change quickly. We're not going to wait for somebody to tell us what to do. So change the mantra to even though I'm exhausted and depressed, I love and accept myself. We're going to do that for 10 minutes because you know what? You really need it. These eclipses, what's going on in the world, frequency shifts, the planet falling apart. I realized that this that I sketched initially is the reason for what happened in a chat I had last night where I sketched, I think it was 20 participants. All of this had issues with their etheric body. Let's see if I'm able to get it on screen. No, I can't get it on screen. This wave is breaking the matrix of our physical body. It's breaking it down. And that is a process that is very debilitating. So changing the mantra to be appropriate. Thank you, Estela. She has got it. And somebody else, Estela also put it up in Spanish. So we're going to go and do 10 minutes of this. And I think you're going to see the difference, and I'm going to sketch. So mantras are not just mantras. They need to be point specific for what it is that you're going through. Look how interesting. We went from depressed with a good color, we deprogrammed exhaustion, and we got the strength to get in contact with our anger. Now, when your mind streams all go up like that, that's the configuration for when you are suicidal, want to die, or when you're in the process of dying, where all the mind streams are lifted up. Look how interesting. This is how we were. Change the mantra. Now we got vitalized. Now we just want to get out of here. We're going to be getting out of here soon enough. Okay. Okay. I just asked, how much better do you feel? And we're getting responses, less tired. These mantras are miraculous. So during the day, if you're very tired, just do even though I'm tired, I love and accept myself. Or you might want to do even though I'm exhausted and want to kill everybody, I love and accept myself. Because when we're tired, we get really frustrated really, really quick. And just get a sense of humor. Don't be afraid of emotions. Don't be afraid of fear and anger. Even Jesus Christ kicked the tables, the money changer tables at the temples. It's very real. It's very human. You don't want to hang on to it. You don't want to repress it. You want to emote it. The mantras do that very gracefully. So we went from looking like this, very depressed, but with green color mind stream, which was good. And then when we got a little bit of vitality, we went to anger and wanting to leave. When the mind streams go up, it's when you want to leave. And then we got okay. We changed the mantra to the exhaustion and depression, which we needed. Somebody's headache disappeared. So we're going to go now to the last mantra, which is a telegram mantra. And we are going to send a telegram to the center that is the most important today, which is, I trust. I trust. Do we trust that this god-awful process that we're in, that is knocking us all about, where we don't know where it's going to end, where obviously there's going to be collapses of all sorts, do we trust that everything's going to be okay for us when it's finished? No, we don't. We don't know what's going to happen. But I'm going to remind you that in the Bible, it says there's groups that will be lifted up, which is, by the way, what we see when we check the other dimensions having to do with the ascension process, which the planet is in today. It's like a lifting up. It's like people end up being in like a bubble. When I did regressions, no, when I witnessed regressions in 1999 by a very well-known person who from Europe, from England, that did regressions, she came to Miami and wanted to work with my clients. So they gladly made appointments with her, but we had a requisite. We wanted them to give her permission to take them back to their last incarnation in Atlantis when it was going under. I'm doing going under and then I'm going like this, and she regressed several people. And what happened at the end in Atlantis before it went under is that many people went up in like a bubble and like a cloud. We're seeing that again in our group when we work together as to what's going on in the other dimensions. It's like a bubble and a cloud that is lifting up people, not everyone. So this telegram mantra, you direct it to your heart center. You breathe in there, and it's simply, you repeat silently without moving your mouth with the words, I trust, I trust. The Mayans said that the world would divide into two groups. One group would not have to go through living hell and fall into the inferno, etc. The dolphins, that the Greeks considered gods, whom I have total communication with, I have a book on Amazon called The Gods Speak, Dolphin Wisdom Revealed. They also say that we are going to be divided in two groups, and it has to do with our vibration. If your vibration is very low, you're going to end up further down, which is going to end up being like hell. That's in the Bible, and all the indigenous people talk about that. And it's kind of happening now, but you don't have to end up in that group. What you do have to do is make sure your vibe is good, which is why I keep saying for you to self-assess, and that picture will tell you what your vibe is like. It will tell you when you're going up, when you're going down. Right now, I am seeing it in gold and white, but with a pinkish veneer creeping in, which I used to see that 6 months ago. But we've been through a lot. I wasn't seeing that pinkish like overlay. I'm seeing it now. So my vibration is better. This is good. Okay. And that's what this is all about, to change your vibration in regards to peace and prosperity. But it's going to change your vibration in regards to practically everything. except areas in which you have huge issues, which you need to deal with. Don't let unresolved, old, huge issues hold you back and you end up in the wrong group. Okay? So this is looking really good. So there's the mantra. And I'm going to use music that has to do with the heart center. And we are going to do 10 minutes. We have the time. I know that feels like a lot, but it's really good. Okay? We're looking really good. This is the last thing I drew. So let me show you, because you can, some of you might say, well, we can't be changing that quickly. Yeah, you can. This is Michelangelo. His mind configuration. See that sketch? That's him. And at the bottom, you see some of those mind strings double back. He had gallbladder issues. Some of those mind streams were hanging onto his gallbladder. Got it? Neurotic. Okay. But look at his mind streams when he was in creative mode. Centered. Okay? Centered. This is the Buddha. Centered. Okay? This is, oh, here's Michelangelo. Gallbladder issues, regular issues, and that's him when he's creating. But there's one more I want to show you. I don't understand this, but this is Plato. Okay, now we have, this is what we look like. Now we are in a frequency shift. We're in between eclipses. What's happening to us in terms of consciousness has never happened on the planet before. So I'm showing you these things. And if your instincts are good, you check and say, she's not lying. Maybe she made a mistake, but she's not lying. I didn't make a mistake. My training is very severe and my intention is very focused to get accurate information out to you. But this is like really good. Total centeredness. The way Mother Teresa, the Buddha, the dolphins, they all had the eye of consciousness here. And I think this also has to do with the fact that I'm asking you to be aware that you can take your consciousness and bring it down into your heart center, which is really good. So I'm going to show the dress again. Assess yourself. And if anybody wants to put it up here and say, I was at a 5 and now I'm at a 9, or I was at a 3, I'm at a 6, or even if I don't think you would have deteriorated if you actually did the mantras. But if you do, you can put it there also. And I'll put the dress back up. I'm very excited. I've never sketched this, but I've also we've never been in this place in time in human history and evolution. And I've also not really worked that much with getting people to take their consciousness down to there. This is the way we are now. And this is us when we started. And those lines is the movement of the eclipse. Let's get the dress up. So you went from a 5 to an 8. Maria Carmen, what did you go from? Here we go. Today is an eclipse. Supposedly, what you do, according to Buddhism, the day of an eclipse, if it's a full moon eclipse, which it is, what you do, it multiplies 1,000 times. And if it's not a full moon, then it multiplies 100 times. Today's an important day. I've had a good day. And today there was movement having to do with sex trafficking. The day of an eclipse. Can you believe that? Huge news, which is going to be good. Maybe I'll be able to have a normal life, or kind of normal. As you all know, I was sex trafficked for a lot of years, not just when I was a child. This total lack of control in this country. I mean, to not be able to go to the authorities, come on, this is not right. For the authorities to be part of the problem, this is not right. But I think that is going to end. So thank you for joining us. We're getting more and more people. And if there's any kind of an emergency, even if it's on a weekend, I will be here. This is my mission. This is my job. This is the reason I was born. So you might want to ask yourself, why were you born? So I'm going to end this putting up a video having to do with intention. And then in a few minutes, I'm going to open up a chat uh, in Spanish having to do with your children, because we apply all of this, all of us, because it's mainly females and mainly mothers. And that is the thing that takes us down the quickest, problems with our children. And it's interesting because we are no longer hysterical about our children. It used to be that everybody that would show up, or when we showed up, oh my God, the kids, and I don't know, my son, and we aren't anymore, because we understand that there's things that you can do, such as not letting them sleep with their cell phone and using the mantrista music that helps to reduce the fire element that comes from all the radiating devices that makes everybody very anxious and is a major, can I say it now and not get picked up, and is a major contributor to autism. So if tomorrow I'm gone, or in 3 days, somebody did not like me giving that piece of information. Okay? So if you have an autistic kid, I suggest you go and trolley over to my YouTube site, go to the Mantrista Movement playlist, and not the one that we just did, which has to do with the heart chakra, because the problem with autism is fear, sheer fear of the other dimensions. The kid might have a great life. It's the other dimensions that are out of control for that kid. So try the other music that we have, the trilling one with the birds, or the one in the jungle with the beating feet, and use it for several days and pay attention to the child's behavior from 1 to 10. Did it improve? Okay, so I think I'm not going to put anything else on, and we will see you back here tomorrow. So somebody said they do had a child. So how did the child improve? What did you use? First place, you need to, oh my God, I don't have it on. You need the protection. We'll deal with that with the Mantrista movement music. I believe it. I believe it, because that music repairs what's broken in the other dimensions, that allows bad energy to come in, that kid can see. You know that we're all born with our psychic eyes wide open. And then as we share with our parents, something's in my bedroom, they go, no, of course not. We've got to close them down. But those things are still there. Okay? So it's not anybody's fault. It's a lack of information about the other dimensions. Okay? But try it and get back to us. So we're going to go on to our next chat. And thank you for joining us. Okay? Truly, truly.